So we've got this and that, and there we go. So, right. Now what I'm going to, I've done it like this. You know, there are other ways you can make his pelvis move. Yeah, I've chosen to have it dropping down on this and up on the back. The back foot's coming up, it's pulling up, and then going down on the other side. Okay, so you're always making choices when you're animating. And now I'm going to go to the orthographic front view, and I'm just again going to do the thing with the eyes. Make sure that they're not wandering. So I'm going to pull the eyes round. The extensions at 7, I'm going to pull the eyes round, and I'm going to copy this frame and make sure the eyes are good to go here. So we've got this. So he's now I can see there's some stuff going on with the knees here. It's good I checked there. So I'm going to go here and pull the knee. Oops, so I got the right knee, yes, and pull the knee in a bit. So that you want to make sure your knees aren't popping. That looks okay, and then down. Okay, and the other knee. Where's the other one? I seem to have lost the other one, which is a bit concerning. Oh no, I haven't. Is it there? Oh, here it is. So, orthographic front. So let's say I go to this. So we got that. Anyway, I don't know what's going on there. So we'll leave that for the time being. I'll come back to it. So we've got this so far. And you know, if we were to put a, we can get this. If we were to put a forward translation on this, if I go this, if I press on the 1 and then say press on the 11, and if I move this forward in the Z, you'll see I've got a line. If I make this line linear and then just make the tangents, sorry, the curves post infinity cycle with offset, I will get a continuous cycle, a straight line in this direction. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a quick look at this. I'm going to select everything minus the main control, and I'm just going to cycle it. So I'm going to do curves post infinity cycle, and I'm going to crack this up to 60 frames so I can have a look at this, and I'm just going to see this should, you know, cycle. Now presently his feet are slipping like crazy. Now that's because obviously this is going at the wrong speed, so I'm just gonna drop this down a bit so we can get it working. You can do this slowly if you like, if you get a bit, so you can see that they're pulling back. Sorry, this has to go a bit faster obviously. So they're still pulling back. And then see this. It's a little bit more, let's see more. A little bit more. And then it's a little bit less. You see, look at that foot, you see? It's still moving forward slightly, so I can take it down. You can make these tiny adjustments in Maya. Slightly. I don't think you'd see this actually if you were to. So yeah, there's a bit of twitch in it. Anyway, good enough. Now this doesn't have any. This still needs a lot of finessing, but you can see that it's kind of getting there. Okay, right, so let's have a look at this again. Okay, one thing I've noticed, I'm just going to go back, and yeah, I guess this is the only problem of doing these, I call them half cycles, where you, full cycles fine, but sometimes half cycles can be an issue, where you think, okay, because the body is going to be doing the same bounce when either foot hits the ground, and I've just cycled it from frame 7. But what I had done was, because I'd made a key on this control in order to do the rotations of the body, in the Z and in the Y, I had inadvertently keyed this and thrown my cycle off. Look, I've got this really weird thing happening here. So just something to be wary of. If I get rid of that and I press, then Monty's kind of doing what he should be doing, but he wasn't before I shut down this animation. I was looking at it thinking, oh, what's going on there? It looks weird. And it was just that stray key has thrown that cycle off. So what I might do now, just so I don't have any more of these issues. Now, this is very far from being amazing or particularly good. I mean, again, I'm just going to fix that knee. Feels annoying to me. Okay, so I've got one here. I'm just going to have a look at this. Let's see, I'll go into the orthographic front view. So I've got forward. You don't want pops. It's not too bad. That's okay. And actually, it doesn't look like it's popping too much. Let's see. Pops are when something makes a large move over a very short space of time. That looks a bit strange, actually. Let's see, this one, is it doing the same thing? Yeah, maybe this is also a dubious move looking at this, but that's to do with from here to here. Feels like a very fast move. There's something doesn't feel quite right about that. Okay, let's have a look at this again in the nearest foot. I'm just going to go in and so you're always kind of refining stuff. So let's see. So got this forward translation in this one. This one, it happens here, there, slow, slow. Then you go this, bang. It's like right through. And I'm just going to bring up these visualize, these editable motion trails one more time. I shall get rid of these two and bring it up again. So I'm going to select this and go visualize, edit motion trail, make sure that it is visible. And it's just something about this from here to here feels, I wonder if I just need to drag this back a little bit. So it doesn't feel quite so extreme. And I can do that. I'm not going to bother cutting and pasting it for this. I'll do the same thing in this one if I can. So in the translate, let's see, I'm going to go and select the key, and I'm going to make a motion trail for this one too. So I'll go visualize, creatable motion trail, and I'll get rid of the second one so I don't have two on there, because then it gets very confusing. And I'm going to, so it's on this foot. Let's see again, it's this, so we go there, it's there to there. Now this is where it's a little bit tricky, and this is where, remember we said that when you slip frames, like I want to change something here, and it's going to be hard for me to do it the way I did the other one because I haven't baked out the frames, but I can see it's approximately here. Maybe if I just pull this down a bit, it will have the design. Is that going to do it? Is that, you're pulling it back, so pull that back there like that, and that's changing the trail. But you see, I can't do it here because there is no, I slipped the frames, it's over here. Anyway, so I'll just get rid of these. They're fine for they're fine to do work, but I think that feels a little bit smoother. Yeah, it feels a bit smoother. We still got that, you know, again I have to do it to 12 to get a sense of if this is working or not. That feels smoother. It doesn't feel like quite such a gap. Okay, so we'll roll with this. And not only that, I'm gonna, because I don't want to have these issues with stray frames and cycles, I'm gonna bake out this foot and bake out this control so that we now have all the frames from 1 to 13, which is the cycle length. So I mean, I slipped these and I slipped some on this, so it's just this one and this one, and we just go edit, keys, go to bake simulation. I'm going to do it with a time slider. It's nice and simple. Don't keep on bake keys, bake, and it's done. And now if I look at the Monty animation, it's all in this area here, yeah, nowhere else, which is where I want it. Okay, so we've got him running now. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do some of the deformations on Monty. Deformations. These are, yeah, I mean, Monty's essentially a ball. So if I pull him down like this, what is happening? He's going down, he's going up, he's going down, he's going up, he's going kind of down again. So it's a ball bobbing up and down. And I guess the amount of deformation that you make on him, it would determine the kind of substance he's made of. I mean, if he was made of some kind of viscous jelly, then you'd expect quite a lot of deformation. If he was, you know, a creature that had a kind of, I don't know, he's a bit more like a balloon, then the deformation would be very subtle, you know, because balloons have a certain degree of pressure, so you wouldn't see it very much. But you know, we want some overlap in this, because the thing about Monty is, I mean, there isn't much to him as a character, so you need overlap in order to bring the character to life a little bit more. So we'll try and put a bit more in. So anyway, let's have a look at what's happening. So the ball's going down, down and up, and it's going down. What would a ball do, or a balloon do, if it did this? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see. Okay, so there are certain things we know. So let's just say as Monty drops, he's going to be stretching slightly up this way. So slightly. So I'm going to go there like that. And then as he drops down, what's his lowest point? I should really have a look at this, shouldn't I? His lowest point.